Well, my friends, here we go again. New ball in the line. Arena Sports Street Ball. And now at Panorama court. Now we are here. Unbelievable. Very tough route, you know. I had to push up my bicycle today because it was so steep. I took a shortcut and then to drive 1 hour almost up. But 1, 2, bam! Watch at that. You see that? That is the panorama here. Now with the snow in the mountains. Then you can imagine how cold it is. Watch now. You see that? Wow. And under those fields, down under, on the left side is the city, you know. Wow. Now you see the court, you see? That is a big court, you know. That is like the mini G court, what I told you, what we played a few days, you know, ago. Big place. Here is the problem, there is sand in, you know. And now with this ball, I will tell you something. A rubber ball, arena sports. If you don't know arena sports, I will tell you something. So you see here is a beach volleyball court. And here it is slippery, you know. And here you see, wow, big place, you know. But I play now a few balls. And then I will tell you something because of the kids, you know. They will crush in otherwise. So let's do it. So we check it out now. Arena sports, you know, street ball. I got this ball for €5.99, you know. And arena sports has a other ball, and that is a composite ball, and that is the cheapest and best version from all composite balls what you can get when it comes to the price. For €12 something now. The cheapest, best composite ball in the game. But it is a heavy ball, but all other is, for that price, sensational. And now I thought I will check out the rubber ball from Arena Sports. €5.99. And there is a big surprise now that feels other than the last ball what we had, you know, the rubber ball. And the thing is, you see here from Smith Toys, there you get it. You can read it on there. And the interesting part is normally those cheap rubber balls are very heavy. We have seen it by the last video, you know. But this ball weighs in at 586 gram. 586 gram. And that is absolute sensational because that is a top weight for a basketball, you know. And the feeling is a bit other. A flat ball, you know. And it reminds me from the material and from these flat things to other ball what we have, and that is a nice rubber ball. But watch, you see the panorama, wow, that is amazing, you know, with our arena sports game time ball. That is nice, you know. And it reminds me to the molten rubber ball, molten BC7R, not BG, the BC7R, the green black version what I have. That feels a bit similar, you know. But it is slippery, you know, it is not that grippy. But yeah, the slacing was complete other, you know. And now you have seen it by the jumping, that ball does also not jump that high. That has now, but it is fresh, you know. You see the smoke is on, so fresh it is. And yeah, but a nice ball. It was completely pumped up, too much almost that it can explode, you know, so I had to put out some air from the shop. But yeah, very interesting, you know, arena sports. And now we go to this side, it's like much more. And yeah, what a cool place. Or on that mountain we were on over 2,000 meters. I drove to this mountain all up, all down, and we are already much higher, you know. We are you don't see the city from here, you know, that is underground to the fields bam down. And we drove to the other side on almost 2000 meters, you know. But here, absolutely cool court. I was also here this summer, but I couldn't play it because there were always kids in, because there is kindergarten and school and on. Then you have never the chance. And today is Sunday, but you see, the snow in the mountains. The snow is in the mountains. It is fresh, it is cold, and 1 hour to drive upwards, you know. But yeah, really almost like the molten BC7R, you know. But yeah, the thing is, it is also not bad made, you know. When you go there over, of course, a little bit, you know. But the valve also, you know, for that price, always for that price class, it is really good made, because €5.99. Yeah. And now we play here a few balls. Oh, so now I put out my overall jacket, because otherwise when I drive all down I have nothing to overthink, but all is wet, I swear you. The t-shirt, the underwear, all is wet from driving up. Very tough, you know. But when you give me this ball, really, I would say, but it feels really like the molten BC7R, you know. But yeah, we will see. Ding dong, hello, you hear it? But it is slippery, you know, I cannot hold it. I have no chance now, also at home. And you have no channels, that is complete flat, you know. But personally I liked it, because I was growing up with this Spalding, I told this, Charlotte Hornets rubber ball, and that was a complete flat ball. So personally I like that, but I don't think many people will like that, you know, because you have no channels, nothing. And yeah, but the weight is good, the jumping is good for a rubber ball, you know. So I would not consider this ball right now that this is such a cheap rubber ball, you know. But the other thing is, how long will last the quality, you know. Is it quick over? Then you can say, yeah, that is because of the price. And that is maybe by a molten ball better, you know. But yeah, we will see. And this is rubber now, but a rougher rubber, yeah, I can show you that. That is really a rough rubber court, you know, with a few stones in, you see. And it is wet now, so here it is slippery, you know. You hear that. It is very quick that you fall away, so there I would prefer the asphalt courts normally. But now we have this court also. Wow, that is so a big place and cool thing. In summer, you know, when you watch down, you have to imagine one thing. When you watch there to the other mountains, you know, and that is that is the Höttinger Höll, that is high on, you know. When you watch from here outside, and on that height already, there almost where you see from the fields down, bit above, that is also so high, and we are higher now, you know, like that thing. Because you only see here the fields, but it is upwards, you know. But now I put on my camera there, and then we see the whole court. There another thing, you know, I moved now out, you see, from the court, we move now out. Here you have the skate bar, but that is a tricky one, you know. Why? Only this small ramp, you have nothing to drive on. Here, there is 1 centimeter, you know, and it is the roughest asphalt, you know. But here you have a table tennis thing, not table tennis, table football, you know. What stands here for free, you know, but that is kindergarten, you know, and all those things, but it is in the free area, you know. And here we can put on our camera, then you see this court from here. You see how big this is really big. There is playground, you know, for the kids, and it's a very modern building, you know. And from here we can make it now. Bam. So 1, 2, 3. You know, slow motion. Why? Because it is slippery, you know, when you make this quick, then you, bam, you hurt yourself. Slow motion. Ding dong, hello. You hear the bells? Here is the city of the bells, you know, but we are outside, you know. But now, wow, here with the fields, you know, wow, you see that? That is really nice. Wow, the panorama, you know, wow. Now, Boah, my friends, now finish line. Boah, fresh, you know, I tell you that. It's so fresh here, you cannot believe it. But what a panorama, or when you see all those mountains, when you stay in here, you see the whole length of the whole mountains here, you know. Until to the very much outside courts, you know. And that is really amazing here. That is absolutely cool. Wow, so nice, or the snow in the mountains, the freshness. Wow, that was cool, but now it gets really cold. So to the ball, you know. Right now the first impression is, you know, it feels much better than €5.99 because the two downsides which normally those absolute cheapest rubber balls have. This is the weight, you know, what you have. So the weight, and the other thing is the jumping, you know. Normally they jump so high, those cheap rubber balls, too high, but this ball has both of them not, you know. So the weight is perfect, you know, in my opinion. 586 gram is a perfect weight normally for most balls, you know. And the other thing is the jumping is really, really nice, you know. Completely nice, but it is fresh and cold, of course, but still you feel it already that it is a good jumping height, you know. So yeah, that is good. And it feels nice. There is nothing bad, you know, where you say, boah, that is absolutely shit. No, that is all for the price, good made for rubber ball, you know, not in comparison to composite balls. And the valve is nice made. Only the slippery thing, you have no channels and it feels really slippery. So when you think you will grab the ball, you have no chance. And when you are used to have channels to go in, that you don't have here, you know. But really, the positive things are much more than the down things. In my opinion, it is absolutely a positive ball to me now. A surprise again, arena sports, also the rubber ball, because there I didn't expect much. But now from playing, you know, when you tell me this ball costs €15, €20, I would also believe it. The only thing is how long will it last, you know. And there, I don't know on asphalt how quick it get used up, but yeah, for that price, absolutely you can buy it for that price, you know. When you consider other balls for that price, yeah, of course I would go with this ball, but go in a shop, test one time this flat feeling and this slipperiness, and when you can live with that, yeah. But we have to play it more often, compare it. And where would I rank it, you know? From the feeling right now, I would tell you really, I would consider it in the middle rubber balls, not the lowest. Because that ball feels first feeling not like this baddest rubber balls, you know. But first impression is the first impression. Because maybe I didn't expect anything and now it felt so much better, you know, then you are a bit more hyped. But so that we have to play more times, but yeah. The arena sports street ball, you know. Yeah, cool. Very surprised, you know. But now I have to put on my jacket, it is fresh, you know. And I have to drive down. But that was nice with the Panorama court. One of the last outside courts which was missing for my 100. You know, we have in the city a few more which are missing out this year. And where we were last time in old historical city, you know. The streetball, the ice hockey streetball court or hockey streetball court, bit outside, and the half cage court, you know, in the old historical city. They we have to still make, but now you see the weather changes completely, you know. Wow. But we see us next time from that nice view from Panorama court. Until next time, bye and ciao. And I always do it big because I can.